I'm going to be making some of my favorite stuff. I like Mexican food, I like Jamaican food, of course, because my wife is Jamaican. So I'm going to do a fusion type thing. I'm going to make jerk chicken tacos. Now I use some spices, some Mexican hints of spices like cumin and cilantro and chili pepper. But I also use some jerk seasoning, okay, which I've cut into strips. I've already cut up some with my knife here. And I cut them into, I don't know, about a 1/4 inch size thickness, or julienne. Let's put it that way. It's a lot easier. Because most of you know how to julienne stuff. If you don't, we'll put out a video concerning julienne. Okay? So I'm just going to mix this in the mix. Jerk has scallions, it has pimento, it has Scotch bonnet bell pepper. With the scallions, you use the green and the white parts. And then you mix this all up. You add a little salt, a little pepper. Some people add a little bit of rum, which I do. A little bit of soy sauce, a little bit of brown sugar. And then you munch that all up in a food processor till it's kind of like a pasty substance. Put a little canola oil in it. And garlic. Can't forget the garlic. An ounce of Walker Wood brand jerk seasoning. The hot one, not the mild one. And so that kind of boosts up the flavor, if you will. You can make it homemade, but I'm frozen. Sometimes they're not as hot. Sometimes they are. You know, you're playing this Russian roulette game with peppers. So avoid all that. I just get some Walker Wood jerk seasoning, the hot, spicy one. I'm dealing with raw chicken, so I'm gonna go wash my hands, heat it up. We're gonna use a flat cast iron pan. I don't know if you call that a pan or not. Like, it's not really stir fry, but we're gonna griddle our chicken strips. We also, we're gonna do a little bit of jerk fish tacos as well. I've already seasoned, they're waiting to go on. I'm gonna do the chicken first, because the fish doesn't take that long. And then we're gonna fry these up. We're gonna fry them up whole, and we'll just break them up to make it easy to put in the taco, which we're gonna use flour tortillas today. About the 6-inch kind, that should be big enough. Of course, we got all the trimmings with the Mexican rice. We also have some black beans, which you hear in the background, boiling with a little piece of pork in there, just for seasoning, and some red onion, some garlic, a little bit of cilantro, salt and pepper. Side note, normally jerk chicken, we do it on a grill outside. If you're going to go really traditional, you would use pimento wood. But as you know, you can hardly find pimento wood in the U.S. So regular charcoal is fine, but it's normally done outside on the grill. Our griddle is pretty hot now. So we're going to start adding that chicken. We're probably going to do this in batches. Add a little olive oil to this. Just on the chicken itself. I don't use extra virgin olive oil because it would, it imparts flavor. I want to keep the true jerk and the true Mexican flavor going on. Down, presentation side up. That's the side opposite of where you can see the blood line. Okay? Fishes that you want to keep in mind is if you pan-seared it or do it on a flat like this, is that you want to wait till it's cooked to a certain part and you'll release it. Otherwise, you're going to be scraping up bits of fish and tear up your whole fish. Iron chips is you don't want them soft and chewy, but you don't want them overcooked either. So you have to make sure you give them space enough to cook. That's why I'm kind of constantly stirring these. Plus, I'm listening to it. When it starts to sound like it's ready, and even as far as color is concerned, because I don't like overcooking chips. So we start to get a nice little color on them. remember that when you're cooking chips like this, well, actually anything, but these chips, particularly, that there's carryover cooking. So even though I may take them out the oil, they're going to still continue to cook for a minute or two. So you have to judge the time. That's why I say I'm listening to the sound of them, where they sound crisp enough. And then I'll take them out and they'll continue to cook for a moment. Give it some flavor. Now it's a thing called batch cooking. So this is basically what I'm doing. I'm not putting the whole thing in there at one time, but I'm cooking small amounts to not overcrowd my skillet. So this is basically what batch cooking is. No matter how much food you're cooking, you cook according to the proportion of the utensils that you're using. This is just a small wok, a medium-sized wok, I should say. Got our jerk chicken that we're going to make with our tacos. Put it on the stove, and we just kept it warm in the oven until we're finished with everything. Okay? Start off with some jerk chicken. Whole thing there. Take a few of our tomatoes, our julienne tomatoes, some of our julienne lettuce, a little bit of our avocado, we slice up so nicely. And some people don't like cheese on theirs. A little bit of cheese on it. The fish taco now. It's 1/2 of the fish there. You can use more if you want. Some lettuce. Some tomato, and instead of using the avocado, we're going to put some guac on it. We're also going to add make some black beans. Got the spoonful or 2 of those. We made up some fresh tortilla chips. Add those.
Hello guys, welcome back to our channel. Welcome back to our kitchen.
Yes.
So here we are, chef.
Yes, here we are once again in the kitchen. This is kind of like when we do this, it's kind of like I'm showing her how to cook, yes, as well as cooking. You know?
Yes. And I'm excited because I'm learning a lot. You know, before I love watching Dan cooking. But I never used to pay much attention to you all these years. I would just love it because Dan
I felt so bad.
No, you didn't. Because Dan loves when I'm in the kitchen with him and just watch him. I just love, there's something about just watching a chef cook and all that excitement. And it gets you turned on.
We got 5 kids.
I shouldn't be saying that. But anyway, and now I've been paying much attention and just trying to learn a bit, and I'm pretty excited. So, Chef, what are we cooking today?
Well, today we're going to go kind of Middle Eastern or whatever. So we're having Moroccan chicken, and we're also going to have ratatouille for the vegetable, and we're going to have couscous for the starch, if you will. Just those 3 items, but it's a lot to put together. And all the medium diced up my vegetables, which is my zucchini and my eggplant and my yellow squash. I'm gonna roast those. That's for my ratatouille. I toss all these vegetables, this zucchini, the eggplant that I chopped up, and also my yellow squash in a little bit of olive oil. I'm gonna roast in the oven for about 15 to 20 minutes. Then I'll put together my ratatouille. But I'm gonna do that while I cook my chicken as well. So I'm just gonna roast these vegetables first, and then we're gonna do the chicken and the sauce that goes on it. And the chicken's gonna go in the oven after I make the other ingredients, the sauce that goes on top of it, for about 30 to 40 minutes in a 350-degree oven. This is my small and medium diced vegetables. I have some zucchini, I have some eggplant, and I have some yellow squash. And I've tossed them all in some olive oil. And I'm gonna roast this for about 15 to 20 minutes in the oven. And then after it comes out, I'll put my ratatouille together. If you know anything about ratatouille, it's the onions, garlic, crushed tomatoes. I'm using crushed tomatoes instead of a fresh tomato. The chicken that has to go in the oven for 30 minutes, 30 to 40 minutes. And you see I got everything set up here. I have 3 tablespoons of butter that just fell in my onions, which is about 2 tablespoons of chopped onions. I'm gonna get that started. I'll put that in the pan. And to that, once these are translucent, I'm gonna add my curry. I'm gonna add my 2 tablespoons of flour. And then I'm going to add milk, and I'm gonna whisk that in there till it gets to, be a sauce. I'm gonna pour all of that on top of the chicken. After I'm gonna add the currants, which I have about 2 tablespoons of sherry in there. Okay, then I'm gonna add my apples, and once all this is there, I'm gonna cover that and put it in the oven. Couscous, I got 12 ounces of couscous in there. I'm gonna kind of toast this a little bit to impart some flavor, and then I'm gonna add the same amount of liquid, which is some chicken broth that I have warming up over there, and then I'll cover it and let that sit. But I'm not gonna do this to the very last because I don't want that to be served cold. This is a 1½ teaspoon of curry, some Jamaican curry that is. All this is gonna go on top of this, like 5 chicken breasts, and baked in the oven for about 30 to 40 minutes. This side over here is for my ratatouille, which I have 3 cloves of garlic that's chopped up. I have a medium-sized onion. I've added some red onions in there. I've had some. It's gonna have a little bit of a different flavor, but it's gonna be good. I had color, and I have, of course, a yellow onion. All right, and then I have 14 ounces of crushed tomato. Sauteing the onions to get a little translucent for the Moroccan chicken. Add my curry. Add some flour. Cup of milk. It's got some of the same flavors except for the milk.
Yeah, it smells so good.
Yeah, and then if this was Thai, we'd be using coconut milk. And my sherry. See, I'm using a whisk because I don't want any lumps in there. I'm gonna add my apples. And this seems a little thick, so I'm gonna add just a little bit more fortified wine to that. Okay, now we want to check the flavor on it. A little salt. Mix that up a little bit. Pour the sauce over the raw chicken. Now we're going to bake this in the oven for 30 to 40 minutes until the chicken is done. And in the oven, it's 350 for 30 minutes, like I said, or 30 to 40 minutes, so until the chicken is done. Okay, I'm gonna roast my couscous. I have a little bit of olive oil in the pan, just to give it a little flavor. Just toasting it a little bit, not roasting it. Starts bringing out those nutty flavors when you toast stuff in the pan. I used to toast my pecans for my pecan tart, which is really like a pecan pie, except I don't like all that stuff in the middle. Just a little bit of brown, that's toasting. And I'm not going to toast it all the way through. I just want to, a little bit of half of it toasted, because the flavor is just going to be outstanding. We're going to wait for last, because like I said earlier, I had the same amount of liquid, which is chicken stock. It's hot. It's going to be boiling when I get ready to add this. But I'm going to put my couscous in the pan. And then just before we're ready to serve it, we'll add the hot chicken stock. And we'll cover this and let it sit for about 10 minutes or 15 minutes so the couscous can absorb all the liquid. And then we'll fluff it up with a fork and it'll be ready to serve with our meal. Off the chicken stock that was boiling, I'm going to pour it on my couscous. And it's a 1-to-1 ratio. Okay, so just stir this up a little bit. Okay. The plastic wrap. Normally some people like to boil it and put it in, put the couscous in, and then as soon as it's, they got it all in, they stir it up and then they let it sit. The ratatouille. Mostly people put it on the top of the stove and do it. So leave it for a second. And they cook it from the top. But I've roasted the vegetables first, and now I'm going to do the sauce, which is, ratatouille usually have a tomato-based sauce. Olive oil in there. Just enough so we can saute our vegetables with the onion and the garlic. What do you think so far?
It's going good. Actually, everything smells so good. Can't wait to eat it. I've had ratatouille before.
Yeah, no, I've made
it.
Yeah, I've made it before.
I've never
roasted it. All the times I made it, I never roasted it.
What did you do?
I cooked it on top of the stove. This roasting part, it adds flavor, and plus it's less, I'm gonna say less messy. Onions until they're a little bit translucent, release all the flavors in the onions. My daughter, she just fell asleep. The garlic.
It smells so good.
Mm-hmm. I love garlic and onions. Italian.
Yeah.
Man.
There's something about onions. When they're sauteed, it smells so good.
Mm-hmm.
It makes you just want to eat it right away. But I think I don't prefer the scent in olive oil.
Oh, you don't?
No, I just prefer it in just regular cooking oil, but not so much olive oil.
Well, this is extra virgin, so it's got a little bit more of that scent, I guess, that you're talking about.
It's a different aroma.
Mm-hmm.
But
it's good for you, though.
It smells so
olive oil is good for you.
Yeah, it's good.
High heat and it won't smoke, start burning like other stuff, like other oils.
Oh.
I'm just going to cook this and season it up. And then once I get it to the right season, I add my vegetables that we roasted. The zucchini, the eggplant, and the yellow squash.
I'm not going to make anything. I'm just going to get some pear.
Cut me a piece if it's right, if it's good.
Ooh, it has a bit of dark on it, yeah.
Oh, does it?
But it's fine. I'll just cut that part off. I don't like when my avocado have these black stuff on it. Sure. I don't like it, man.
Was it ripeness?
I don't know what it is.
I think it's ripening.
To me, it's like it's oil.
Mm.
I don't know.
It's been there for a couple of days, maybe. I'm adding the ratatouille, I mean the vegetables in. Version or something, trying to.
Gosh, I can't stand the black stuff. It just looks. And I don't want to throw away.
What's wrong with black? Huh?
Black is beautiful, as you see. We're black right here, and we're beautiful. But yeah, it's just that I can't eat my pear like that.
Oh.
Could you eat it like that?
Yeah, that would bother me.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not kidding you.
No, I couldn't.
I wouldn't kid a kid.
Look how, normal pear saka saka.
Excuse me.
Saka saka.
What is saka saka? Please explain that to me. That's some patois word. What is saka saka?
When you mess up something like my cut it up, it just not appealing. It just look crazy.
Oh, okay. Saka saka. Gotta remember that word.
Do you want this pear?
Yeah, I'll take it.
That looks so good.
Flake up the couscous. You see this? Yeah, baby. The aroma from this is just, it's got that nutty flavor,
I've never had it before. I've heard the name, but I've never had it before. What is it?
It's not a grain. It's a pasta. Like it's made from. Well, it's a grain in a sense. It's made from type of grain.
Okay.
But it's more like a pasta because it's made with the same kind of flour that you make pasta with.
Oh.
It's just on a tinier scale. Okay, there we have it.
Okay, so this is what is the chicken called? Baby?
Moroccan chicken.
This is the Moroccan chicken.
More ratatouille. I'm not going to try to design this any kind of way because I'm hungry.
You're hungry man today.
Oh yeah, very hungry.
That looks so good. So that's the couscous?
This is the couscous.
It smells so good.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Oh man. Couscous falling apart.
We're going to devour it. We're hungry.
All right. I'm such a perfectionist, though. All right.
This is the ratatouille. That looks so good. Oh my gosh, this is a lovely meal, and I think it's so healthy.
Yeah, it is.
With all the veg, the ratatouille.
No chicken skin, no fat.
Which I like. The skin,
Yeah,
I don't mind it. I like the bony part. Like my favorite part on the chicken is actually wing. Yeah.
And mine's is the breast.
You're a breast man. I'm a wing girl.
Mm.
But yeah, anyway, so that was it for today. I hope you enjoyed this meal. Hey, someone just woke up. Say hi.
What is that stuff?
Is this your plate? This is your plate. No. Okay, so Alexandra woke up, going to get her dinner ready. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. And
Well, she turned away from the camera. Good.
yeah, while she
Good
was
for you.
yarning.
Good for you.
That is a good girl.
All
Yeah.
right.
Okay, guys, so we're going to get ready to eat. We're actually going to eat this food now because we're hungry.
Yeah.
And yeah, I hope you did enjoy this video. And you're going to see the recipe in the description box down below. But I hope you're all staying safe and stay home. And please don't forget to go ahead and subscribe to our channel and like this video. And please don't forget to remember to walk in love, stay in love, and stay connected to God. And you do have a lovely day. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Say bye-bye. Say bye.
Say,
Say bye-bye.
I just woke up.
She's not in the mood today. So, bye, guys.
Bye. like making homemade burgers. I've already done my burgers and patted them up. They each about a 1/3 pound. I'm gonna put this some basic seasoning on there, salt and pepper. And I have some of this. It's a roasted garlic and pepper. So I'm gonna put a little bit of that on there. Pat this down a little bit. Excuse me. Also, the barbecue sauce. These are my ingredients. I have about 2 tablespoons of some strong Jamaican coffee. I have 2 tablespoons of mango liqueur. I have a little bit over a cup of mango puree. I have a cup of brown sugar. I have 1 small red onion chopped, and I have a cup of tomato ketchup. I'm going to use this infused garlic oil to start to saute my onions, bring out the flavor. And of course, we're going to have bacon since it's a burger. Go ahead and start on my my barbecue sauce, and then from there also we having chicken wings. Tiffany likes chicken wings more so than burgers, so we're doing that for her on the side. So we're going to add a little bit of the oil, like I said. Nice amount. That's about a tablespoon and a half. Wait for that to heat up a little bit, and then we're going to drop in our onions. Add my red onions. Since this is a mango, I'm using red instead of yellow or sweet onions. So we're just gonna cook these onions until they start becoming aromatic and they'll start softening, and you'll be able to smell the flavor of them. Just coming up quickly here. Okay, next I'm going to deglaze these with my 2 ounces of mango liqueur. Put it right in there. Our cup of brown sugar. Let's put that right in there. We'll stir. Add our 2 tablespoons of black strong coffee, Jamaican coffee. And stir that in there. You said coffee? Yeah, coffee. This gives it several layers of flavor here. Lastly, I'm going to add my little bit over a cup of mango puree. Okay, once that's incorporated, we're now just going to move this to a back burner on a very low eye and let it simmer for about a good 15 minutes. A la Don.
Because I don't like burger. I really don't.
No, she doesn't. And I understand. I don't like chicken wings. So there we have it.
Chicken is the best. I mean, you can eat chicken all day. There's so many ways to cook a chicken.
Are you giving the plug for best chicken, that chicken company in Jamaica, or you just...
Also, I'll eat a veggie burger.
Veggie burger?
Not a veggie burger, but just a vegetable sandwich with it.
One more. Yep.
That is so beautiful.
Like the best of both worlds, I think. Ah, nice sound, nice sound. Okay. A little bit more of the seasoning on this side as well. Now, you know, I helped open up this famous restaurant. Yes, with the M And located at Navy Pier in Chicago. Anyway, they used to make the burgers there, right? And we had to train the cooks how to make them. So the secret was not to press down on the burger. Once you press it down, you're taking out all the juices and stuff. So that's why you don't want to press down on it. Turn them. You get a nice grill mark on it. See the blood on top of that? That's what you want to see. Because as it cooks, the blood starts rising up to the top. Now, if you want a medium rare burger, then you can still wait to see the blood. Now we're going to turn this over. See that? You see some nice grill marks there. Some brioche buns that I'm going to toast and put some butter in the pan. And just to get a little bit of toast and to seal it, as we call it, just the inside of the buns. Butter. Some what we call in the industry setups, which is lettuce and tomato. I would have put an onion on there, but I grilled up some onions. Okay, and we're going to put this burger together. Remember, I toasted just the bottom part. Mayonnaise a little mayo on the bun. Now one of my setups, just like that. Burger on it. Slices of Swiss cheese, because I like Swiss cheese. The grilled onions on it. Yeah, that's a nice little dollop of that. Couple of dill pickles. Dollop of some mashed avocado. Our mango barbecue sauce, which is still a little warm. Looking for a juicy burger. This nice homemade mango sauce on it. The top. Man, now that's a burger. See how juicy that looks? You got your bacon, your lettuce, your tomato, pickles. Slice that burger so you can see what it looks like. I put a couple of toothpicks in there because this is a tall burger.
Oh, good. We're going to have dinner now. I'm making soup for you guys today. I'm cooking soup, Jamaican chicken soup. And so I have some chicken here. Don is sitting over here, so
Hey everybody.
he will be assisting me in quite a bit, not for much, but to make the dumplings. So for the Jamaican soup, what am I putting in there?
Yes, I didn't know I was making the dumplings.
Okay, then I'll make it. And so I have some Irish potatoes, I have some scallions, carrots, chocho. I don't know another name that they use for it.
Chayote or something like that.
Chayote.
I don't know if
I think that's
pronouncing
Spanish,
it. Yeah.
chayote. But it's called chocho in Jamaica. And I have 2 pieces of pumpkin, have some thyme. I have a piece of yam that I frozen from the other day. I'm not sure if it's good, but we shall see. Yeah, and I have some cock soup here. This is what Listen, this have to go in Jamaican chicken soup. It's a must. So this is the pumpkin soup. You don't have to put a pumpkin one, but the cock soup or the chicken one is definitely a must. That's what give it the nice rich flavor. So this is the cock soup. I'm not using the chicken one, and I'm going to use the pumpkin one. Even though I have pumpkin, I don't think the pumpkin here in America is rich enough. I don't think so. Jamaican pumpkin, it's so rich and creamy, but the ones here, they're more like dry. So this is not as bad because I went to the Jamaican grocery store and I purchased these and I froze them, and so yeah, it should work. So for the chicken, I use just a bit of chicken thigh, and the thing is, I've never seasoned it before. I have friends that season it before they put it in a pot, but I've never done that before. This is actually my first time. I'm trying to twist on it. You don't have to do it. Just put the plain old chicken in the pot and you're good to go. But for me, I just add a bit of Jamaican season on it, and just a little bit. And yeah, so I have my pot over here. It's boiling. And I also, yeah, I have some beef bone, yeah, in the pot, because I want to give it some flavor, you know, a different type of flavor, because we do have a beef soup in Jamaica. I'm just going to kind of mix them up a bit, but you don't have to do this. You can just use chicken, and you're good to go. But I'm adding a lot. Too, huh? Yeah, chicken soup, or you can do chicken foot soup. But I'm not doing chicken foot soup because I'm waiting for my Jamaican red pea soup. That one is the bomb. It's so rich and tasty. And what time is it? It's actually 6:30 and we're just making soup. But anyway, for us, we just drink soup whichever time. It's Saturday night. We're just going to have fun drinking our soup and watching a movie, plus it's winter time. Okay, let's get cooking.
Whole conversation with me.
She is.
I'm trying to be quiet and she is chatting.
She's excited. One is so long, gosh.
She's breaking it out.
Yeah, because it's so awkward peeling that long thing. I'm not going to do that. It's too long. All outside. It's
yeah, it
very
is, and
cold.
it's snowing. It's really heavy coming. It's coming out
heavy?
pretty heavy, yeah.
Wow. It's like we've been getting snow all week. Oh my
yeah,
gosh.
off and on.
And it's a lot.
A blast for a day. They give you 2-day break. Then another blast.
Oh my gosh. It's different here. I kind of like it more. I don't know. You know what? I love Chicago. But I also love Georgia.
Yeah,
I
Georgia.
don't know. It's something about Georgia that feels so homey. I don't know. And then when I'm in Georgia, I miss Chicago, but Georgia feels so homey.
Sound like your Ray Charles song. Georgia on my mind.
Yeah, I like Georgia a lot. I think because it's so quiet. I don't know if everywhere in Georgia is like that, but where we were, it's more, you know, it's laid back, quiet. I think that's the typical country life.
Yeah, a lot of trees. Tall, very tall trees.
And it reminds me so much of Jamaica. I think that's why I love it so much.
Your mom was cutting church.
Going to put about 4 pieces pumpkin, about 2 to 3. When it's cooked, then I'll smash it out so it can give the soup that beautiful color. It's two in the pot.
Careful.
Yeah, it's pretty hot. For me, I like to put like the pumpkin soup. This is by the brand Grace. I like to put the pumpkin one in the pot in the meantime. So, you know, you can go and bring out that flavor. You know, you don't have to wait. Now the cock soup, I'll wait on that one to add it for the last. So I'm going to put this one.
Well, you're just going to show off, man.
I'm not sure now, but you know, this is a typical way I use it. I don't really use cutting board a lot. Not a lot of times,
You got
sometimes.
pumpkin on your stuff.
Yeah. I just use the cutting board. I think I use the cutting board mostly because Don gets so nervous. You know, you don't want me to cut myself. So I'm going to cut it. And you see, I've never cut my hand this way, but I cut it using the cutting board. Isn't that something?
Well, the time that you cut your finger, that was use the cutting board?
Yeah. And I was cutting, and
Probably
slice my hand out.
Probably got too comfortable.
I was trying to do that chef's kiss, you know.
Oh, no.
I'm just kidding. But, you know, this way is good. Either way, whatever makes you comfortable, just go for it. I mean, it's cooking. I'm going to add everything in the pot, my carrots, my chocho, pumpkin, what is this? Irish potato, some thyme and scallion. I'm just going to pour everything in the pot and just start cooking it. So I'm going to put my Jamaican cock soup. Thyme, normally you smash it, smash the egg pot so you can release that flavor in the pot.
Excuse me. We can do that over again.
What?
You said for the time, and that's scallion.
Okay. Okay, and so for the scallion, you're going to smash the egg so you can, and just wring it a little so you can release all that flavor into the soup. I'm going to use the handle of the knife to smash it. Okay, so I'm going to wring the scallion just a bit. Add it in.
Now your potatoes.
Yeah. Not in any form of order, just kind of dash everything in the pot. Giving it a bit of stir. There's no other chicken soup that can top Jamaican soup. What are you over there doing, Dan? It's the truth. It's the truth, Dan. Speak the truth, man. So I'm going to add some salt to it. To add a bit of black pepper. Not a lot. I'm using crushed red pepper because I don't have any Scotch bonnet pepper. And you know you need that pepper when you're cooking a Jamaican soup. It has to be very hot. And now you're going to stir that up a bit. Going to put my cock soup in. And let me show you a bit closer what it looks like. So this is the Jamaican cock soup. And I ripped the top off, so it's by the brand Grace. So I'm going to pour all of that in. It's going to be so much flavor going on because I like to add 2 because you get that extra flavor. I don't know. I like to use 2. So you're going to leave that and let it cook. And I'm going to clean up and I'll be right back. Do you want some soup? Look at Alexandra's mouth. She's licking it. She's like, yeah. She's just looking at it.
What is that?
Look how she's looking. Are you dreaming about eating it? You want some soup? Yeah? Yeah? So I'm going to share the soup. Oh my gosh, it smells so good and it looks so delicious.
It's got a nice color to it.
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to bring it a bit closer so they can see it.
Okay.
Because it's still bubbling a little. Look at all the bubble. You see? So let me show them. That looks so good. All that steam. That looks so delicious. So rich.
Good.
It looks so good, right?
I'm not sure if you. Oh wow, yeah, it's gonna be good.
Look how delicious that looks.
It means that pumpkin really gave us a real nice color.
Such rich color. I'm so glad I traveled that far to get this. It's worth it. It's worth it. And this is our, what is it, the beef bone? Is it the beef bone?
Yeah, probably. So that's the biggest thing in there.
Yeah. And it gives it that flavor. We have the chicken. Gosh, this looks so good.
How much you gonna put in that one bowl, huh?
A lot. That's it for today. This is my Jamaican soup. And oh, you know what? I totally forgotten about corn. I forgot about the corn. Normally we put corn on the cob in it, a whole corn. I totally forgotten to put it in it. But anyway, this is it. We're going to eat it before it gets cold because we like our soup scorching up. But anyway, we love and appreciate you guys, and I hope you did enjoy this video. And please don't forget to go ahead and subscribe to our channel. Please remember to walk in love, stay in love, and stay connected to God. And you do have a lovely day. Thank you. Bye-bye. Say bye-bye. Say bye-bye. Say bye-bye. She's just watching the food. You going to say bye-bye? No? No?